Why is it so bright? Hello, guys. We're going to turn down the brightness real quick. Okay. So this is just a tester live stream, guys, because I've never done this before. And I tried to record some reaction videos, and there's a storm going through Texas right now, and my power went out, and the video might be corrupted, so I got to go look at that. So there might be a reaction video posting tonight. There might not be. We're going to see how that goes. Okay. So I'm going to wait to see if anybody comes in. In the meantime, I figure we might talk casual Chuck stuff. So let's get that. Ugh. Right. Okay. I'm curious to learn the backstories. You guys already know my crazy story. I found Sb19 about a month ago. I was going out to California to visit family because I'm from Los Angeles. It just so happened that the random video that popped up on my YouTube, Gento, right underneath it on YouTube, had a concert 10 minutes from my brother's house. So I clicked on it, and what do you know? One ticket left. So I bought it, and I went to the Anaheim concert for the Simulad Wakas tour, and it was incredible. And I've been having so much fun getting to know my fellow 18. So I am excited to get to know more about the guy's backstories. From my understanding, Ken's the most private, right? But I'm assuming he has an episode on Ken if he has an episode on everyone else. So we'll get to know what Ken allows us to know.
When you hear the words pop music and the best boy band, who comes to mind? What if I told you that the most overlooked boy group in our generation
They're so young.
in the last 6 years,
Oh my
these guys
goodness.
turned a small Korean entertainment company into a company that produced the greatest P-pop group ever.
Are you proud of Sb19?
And you don't accomplish that without making a few enemies.
K-pop.
Lima pala sila.
K-pop pangit.
Some of them coming from unexpected places.
Pinoy ba to?
Parang may ginaya.
But behind the group are 5 driven men who were about to transform what was once a laughingstock genre in music into the fastest growing genre of the world.
Ever since we had this goal, and not just for us, but for the entire industry.
Feeling ko hindi pa natin nakukuha yung recognition na dapat para sa atin.
Between disbanding before they even debuted,
All hope is lost parang nung time na yun.
becoming industry outcasts and getting bashed by their own countrymen,
Para magkaroon tayo ng grupo na hindi naman mangkataasan ng tangos ng ilong. Para talagang original.
Oo.
the rise of SB19 may not be the greatest Filipino success story ever.
Maganda kasi yung revenge kasi talaga yung success na ipapakita mo sa mga hindi naniniwala.
Tama yan.
But it certainly is the most inspiring one.
With AI, almost
Okay. Yep. This guy did this himself? This is insane. The quality of this is absolutely insane. I'm blown away. This feels like I'm watching like a Netflix documentary. So Casual Chuck. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Or it's casual. This is tremendous so far. Just the editing alone and your voice in the background and stuff. This is superb. Absolutely insane. Okay. Let's get past the
Anything is
stupid
possible.
ad.
But
Okay.
that goes for cyber criminals too.
I really got to
They
get
can
the YouTube Plus stuff.
This is Cult Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in
Probably never heard of
1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented. In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history. That member was Jong Song Han. It all started when he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur. Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans thought that Songhan's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry. If he only stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too. But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called ShowBT Entertainment. Today we know him as Tatang Robin. Fast forward to 2015. The fight of the century just happened.
Manny
One
Pacquiao.
Direction's Drag Me Down was all over the radio, and Big Bang was the biggest K-pop boy group, while P-pop has top one project. Chances are, you have never heard of them. But somewhere in Makati, Philippines, an audition was held. Tatang Robin was looking for young talents who would be part of the package of their service as an event organizers. Talents who can perform on their own but can also serve as backup dancers and singers to their main performers. One of the main attractions of the SATA audition was if you're good enough, you might just debut as a member of ShowBT's first ever P-pop group to undergo a Korean-style training. Filipinos don't get opportunities like that so often, so hundreds of talents applied, but only 30 made it as trainees. They were initially called the ShowBT Musical Gala Team, but then later dubbed as Nara, which in Korean means country and also happens to be the national tree of the Philippines. If you're a fan who is deep into the P-pop scene, you would recognize some of the future P-pop stars, but one of the most notable ones is this guy. On the first day
Pablo.
of training, one guy stood out because he was just alone standing awkwardly in the corner.
Nung una, ang weird niya kung nagsasalita mag-isa.
He was facing the wall and making hand gestures as if he was rapping in front of it.
Nakatayo siya sa gilid. Hindi lang gagano. Sabi ko, anong ginagawa na? Nagre-ritual ba ito sa gilid?
That guy was John Pablo Nasser. He always wanted to be a performer. As a young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also as a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. In training, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst to help provide for his family. He was selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities. He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability. Some of my sources even said that he had already written dozens of songs at this time. He's also a badass rapper and was often called a genius, but consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He was known as Sejin at the time, but later would be known as Pablo.
Monday.com is the best AI for work. And
Pablo. I love it. I love me some Pablo. Also, if the stream randomly ends at some point, guys, it's that nice thunderstorm that you can hear behind me. So, Texas be Texasing right now. Also, I hope you guys that had that flooding in the Philippines a couple weeks ago are all right.
here's why. Let me show you
Ads
some
are
of the
being so
mind-blowing
weird
things.
nowadays. Goodness. Okay,
30
Pablo, let's see
trainees
what you
are
got.
a lot of trainees. It would take a very observant person with an eye for talent to notice Pablo in that corner. So who was that observant person with an eye for talent?
Sylvester.
He was also a trainee. Stelvester Ahero. He was only a kid when he started competing as a performer. As a dancer, he racked up win after win on a national level with his school crew and became their official choreographer, teaching crewmates 2 to 3 years older than him. He later joined a dance crew called Seyon and went on to win international titles. Stell obviously worked so hard. Amidst his studies and competitions, he also worked part-time as a McDonald's service crew and teaching dance to kids with special needs. There was a point that he worked too hard that he wound up in the hospital. His poor health caused him to lose his earnings and nearly his life. Fortunately, he was able to recover. This made him the obvious choice to become the choreographer of the group. But little did they know that dancing wasn't his only talent. As a kid, he joined the school choir to become the only male
Oh my God, he's
soprano
so cute.
and only improved as he gotten older. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just out of this world. Unlike Pablo, Stell was very friendly to everyone. In fact, one of his closest friends also auditioned and made it as a trainee. This friend is nothing to be trifled with because having the worst upbringing among the others made him the strongest when it comes down to pure guts and determination. Josh Cullen Santos. He left home at the age of 16 and it was his decision. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. I'm talking about getting
Oh my
poured
God, it's
candle
so
wax
cute.
all over their body. At an early age, he experienced what it felt like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. They get evicted from medium-sized apartments to increasingly smaller rooms. It came to a point when his family had nothing to an address. Because of that, Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would even get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he decided to leave to become independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system to attain his high school degree. He initially had no background in performing. Not until he found Stell performing with his dance group called Seyon. Josh became an instant fan, and when they connected, Stell became his mentor, which led to them becoming co-members, and they went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea. So from champions to trainees, what else is in store for them? From then on, their lives became all about performing in small events and training.
Tapos, more on personality development siya. Tapos, presenting ourselves on stage.
We had no idea that the Korean-style training they went through
It's far, far from what they've been doing sa Korea.
was nothing but a mere marketing strategy.
But yung skill-wise, parang ganun. We were left on our own.
They were left alone to
Wasn't there a
fend
name
for
for that? The
themselves,
mannequin
sharing
challenge,
knowledge
right?
to improve each other with the hope of making the cut. Some sources told me that Pablo had to record some of their vocal sessions to effectively coach his co-trainees. All of that without salary. This went on for roughly a couple of years, and I don't know about you guys, but this for me sounded kind of brutal. It's not easy to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again without any form of guidance.
Or getting
They were
paid.
also kept in the dark about their debut date. So frustration started brewing until it reached the point when it only took one trigger to call it quits. On one seemingly normal training day, all trainees were already in the studio. except for Josh. On the same morning, the train broke down.
Nasira yung MRT during that time. Nasira yung MRT.
Sinuspindi ang operasyon ng MRT dahil sa power outage.
It wasn't really an accident, but this would still worry anyone, especially the trainees, because it's highly unusual for Josh to miss training. Later that morning, Josh arrived. His co-trainees felt relieved because Josh turned out to be safe. You would think that their company would react the same way, right? Wrong. They decided to terminate his training.
Na-late ako, tapos tinanggal ako.
That was the trigger.
Nung tinanggal po ako, nag-quit din yung mga grupo ko. Nag-quit din sila kasi parang naging trigger na point na kung tatanggalin mo si Josh,
Umalis kami sa grupo.
ganun mo lang kadali itapon yung lahat ng efforts and passion tsaka dreams namin.
ShowBT had two choices: to keep all trainees or to keep no trainees. The company chose the latter.
The Vocal Star Academy is back!
They chose the latter. Of course they chose the latter. Oh my. Poor Josh. He's late one day because the train literally had no power. And they're like, nope, you gotta go. I love that people stuck up with him though. Like, everyone was like, nah, he goes, we're going too. That's rare. Also, guys, if there's any quality issues, once again, I apologize because there is a storm going on. This is why this is the tester stream. Test. So I might look terrible, but as long as you can see Casual Chuck's amazing video, then whatever. Okay.
Last year, I did something that I've never done before. I opened my
Everyone left except for Stell.
Parang si Stell lang yung naiwan po nun talaga sa
Stell stayed.
sa training
Stell
room.
Fester.
Tapos talagang down na down lahat.
Si Stell natira kasi doon during that time.
Stell set aside all his frustration and remained focused on his goal, while Pablo was devastated.
All hope is lost parang nung time na yun.
In Josh's case, we can only imagine the pain he must have felt to have been booted out of his dreams. Days passed, everyone still feeling down about that incident. Then Pablo's phone receives a message.
Brother, bumalik ka na, brother.
It was Josh. Out of all the trainees, the guy that got sent packing was the same guy who actively convinced everyone to continue chasing their dreams. Perhaps this was the sheer guts and determination from his life experiences in full display. Pablo hurried back to the studio to find Stell alone. But not for long. Josh came back next and took the initiative to convince the company to have them back.
Pumunta lang po ako doon at syempre kung kailangan na makiusap.
So back to training, they went.
Hindi na lang magkahiwalay ng grupo, pero bumalik sila kasi hindi nila ako iwan.
There was only 3 of them for a while. Then a few other trainees started coming back. So ShowBT put together a talent workshop to get more talents to keep the business going. This was batch 1. This was batch 2.
Target locked.
Justin de Dios. He got scouted right away because he was a very good-looking guy and already was a decent singer and dancer. When he joined, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar. As do you.
Apparently, Josh told Justin about the workshop because the two already had a stint performing together in a dance cover group called Zero to Hero. So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions.
Aw.
Perhaps it was fate. That group is nowhere to be found today. Justin obviously deserved better. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a filmmaking skill that would prove very crucial to their success in the future. With Justin on board, this completed their prototype boy group. It's composed of Justin, Pablo, Stell, Josh, Zeno, Kurt, and JP. They did multiple test runs leading up to their entry to Pinoy K-Pop Star 2017. They performed B-Day by Icon in an epic fashion, but they didn't win. At this point, ShowBT seemed to have hit a roadblock. The group felt like something was missing. I don't exactly know what
And
happened to Zeno, Kurt, and JP. They either quit or ShowBT felt the need to let go of them and get someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level. The extraordinary level. This year's in the making project of ShowBT needed to reach its peak. So they started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy.
Josh apparently knows everybody.
The guy he was talking about was a pain in his butt because their groups have clashed multiple times in their early dance competitions and their battles were always neck and neck. That guy's name was Philip John Suzon. He was such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him how to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later then fixed it as he learned more. He was also a gifted singer as a kid. Every time there was a family gathering, he was always forced to sing karaoke by his relatives. But when he hit puberty, he lost confidence in his voice because he could no longer hit high notes. But his confidence came back after being mentored by Pablo, who taught him how to harness his unique low voice that seemingly sounds like it came from the underworld.
Oh,
Hey, no rush, I can do this all day. No rush. Mentality like all that. Mama.
When it comes to dance, he didn't know he could do it until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intramurals. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his raw talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to join the dance group called Amigo 7, a would-be rival of Josh and Stell's crew, Say On. It quickly became a reverse if you can't beat them, then join them kind of deal. So Josh recruited Ken. But there was a problem. He was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money.
So why use Grammarly over ChatGPT? Well, Grammarly offers expert writing suggestions, but
what did Josh do?
no way. How far away are those islands?
He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to
Aw.
lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea. Justin didn't make it in his first audition, so he almost didn't try again until Josh told him to do so. And Ken wouldn't even have the opportunity to join if the ShowBT trainees didn't come back after that quitting incident. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect. When a
Right.
small and seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event. Or as Google would put it, the
Hey, me finding that last ticket. The power of SB19, guys.
phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have large effects elsewhere. Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2002 led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, Sb19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines country code digits, 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19. If you subtract both numbers, you also get the same result. SB doesn't only mean ShowBT. It is also about their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this phrase, Soundbreak.
god, this is amazing. I can't believe you did this by yourself. That is incredible. You guys, I'm a little flabbergasted right now. That was insane. That was so well put together, and I love the beginning. Now, I don't know how many episodes there is, like 7, I think, 7 or 8. So I wanna watch all of them with you guys. But wow, that's crazy. Like, all these little things kept happening, and somehow it managed to push the 5 of them together. I'm telling you, there's such a thing as fate. Like, I feel like that's what led me here, that's what led me to that ticket, that's what led me to you guys, like, and this weird thunderstorm happening outside right now. Like, certain things are just supposed to happen, and I don't know why. We never know why. Only God in the universe knows why. But this was insanely well made. I'm really excited to watch the other episodes. Thank you guys for kind of working with me on this stream here. I'm still figuring out, like I said, all of this stuff. I don't know how well the quality and stuff is. If it's crappy, just let me know. Um, but wow, that's nuts. I'm gonna watch the other ones for sure. I gotta tag this guy. Remind me to tag this guy or tag him in the comments if I forget too, because Chuck, my friend, you are incredible. Um, so yeah, guys, I'm gonna try and get the video out tonight. I gotta see if it's corrupted because of the thunderstorm knocking all my stuff out. And then I'll have another video in a couple days. I'm gonna try and start kind of batch recording some of these reaction videos since I do have law school starting in 2 weeks. So yeah, wish me luck on that one. But yeah, um, oh, now I got people watching. Hello, everybody. Hello, those that are finally here. Um, I know it's like daytime for you guys right now, so like I said, I'm gonna be live again in the morning. Morning for me, nighttime for you guys. So later on tonight, I will be back. I just wanted to test this out first and see how it worked out, and I figured I would watch this first casual Chuck thing to see how it goes. Hello, Cholo, and hello, Marilyn. Appreciate you guys being here. But let me know if there's anything else that I need to check out. The video that is hopefully going to go out tonight is the reaction to Moonlight, which was a banger. And I'm thinking for the live streams, we're going to go through the Casual Chuck series and then we'll see what else we do from there. But I would really like to get to know you guys. So definitely get in the comments. I want to interact. I want to say hello, everything like that. I really, really, really want to make some Filipino friends so that when I go to the Philippines, putting it out into the universe, whenever their homecoming concert is, we can all hang out together and party. And you guys can show me some amazing Filipino cuisine and scenery and whatever else you want to show me. I want to be fully embraced in the culture. Um, and I also want to do the girls videos that does the learn Tagalog or Tagalog, um, learn Tagalog with Sb19 videos. Yeah, I can't talk. I had to work this morning. Just don't mind me. It's nighttime for me. Your girl's got to go to bed. Okay, I will see you guys later on tonight for you, in the morning for me. And I hope you guys have a very blessed rest of your night. I hope everything's still good over there. I know there was some flooding and there was some stuff. I hope everyone's good and happy and safe and healthy and all that jazz. Um, Good night, guys. I will see you later.